Good afternoon, I'm Josh Duncan, and these are some of the top headlines out of the KelownaNow newsroom today. The downward trend seems to be continuing for Kelowna rental prices. According to the monthly Zumper report, the median monthly rental for a typical one-bedroom apartment in Kelowna was pegged at $1,850 in August. That's down from $1,890 in July and the record high of $2,010 in June. Crystal Chen from Zumper, which is an online platform that lists apartments for rent and generates the monthly Canadian rent report, says the sustained cooling in Kelowna has been fueled by a surge in new supply. It appears as though the downward trend will persist in through the fall as well. She says the construction of many new rental buildings in Kelowna appears to be making a significant impact, and it shows in the city's vacancy rate, which went from an ultra-tight 1.3% in 2023 to the current estimate of 5 or 6%. After a couple of country show announcements last week, we kicked off this week with yet another concert announcement for Prospera Place in the new year. However, this time it's rock and roll. The band Live will be touring Canada for the first time in over 20 years, and those dates will include a stop in Kelowna for a show at Prospera Place on Tuesday, February 24th. They will be bringing along Big Wreck and Econoline Crush as opening acts. The tour is going to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Live's groundbreaking debut album, Mental Jewelry, which led to chart-topping albums Throwing Copper, Secret Samadhi, and The Distance to Here in the 90s as well. Fans can expect to hear the band's biggest hits like Lightning Crashes, I Alone, All Over You, Lakini's Juice, The Dolphins Cry, Pain Lies on the Riverside, and plenty more. Tickets for that show go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. through Live's website, where you can find details on artist VIP packages as well. A crowd of supporters at the Kelowna Ramada Hotel parking lot welcomed back participants of this year's Cops for Kids ride on Sunday. It marked the finale of the cyclists' 10-day journey through southeastern BC and the 25th edition of the charitable ride. KelownaNow's Corvin Vasky was one of the people there on Sunday, and he talked to first-time participant Constable Tyler Hugg, who said he had the drive to take on the challenge for such a great cause. Hugg and other law enforcement officials who participated in this year's event helped raise $310,000 for BC families, a fantastic total. Hugg said it was quite a grueling ride, as you might expect, highlighted by the climbs of Anarchist Mountain and the Paulson Summit along Highway 3. The team of cyclists made 26 stops in BC communities around the region, had the opportunity to meet firsthand with families who are directly impacted by the Cops for Kids charity. The ride may be finished, but the fundraising continues online. You can find a link to those fundraising efforts through Corvin's story. British Columbia is facing the largest deficit in the province's history. Finance Minister Brenda Bailey said today that BC is forecasting a gap of $11.6 billion between how much it spends and how much it raises. That's a $665 million larger deficit than she estimated in her March budget. According to the province, the cause is declining revenues from property tax, the now eliminated carbon tax, sales tax, the federal government, and natural resources. The grim numbers even come amid a $2.7 billion payout that BC received as part of a tobacco settlement. Bailey still said BC's diversified economy is better positioned than many to weather these headwinds, but there's no doubt tariffs are challenging our economy and putting pressure on the province's fiscal position. While Bailey remains confident, the BC Conservatives are not. A finance critic, Peter Millibar, saying the brunt of the damage has been created by this government's own decisions. BC's deficit is projected to continue growing over the coming years, and the province's debt could climb to well over $200 billion by 2027-28. Some sad sports news to share today. A young hockey player with roots in Kelowna died in a motor vehicle crash over the weekend. Information shared from various hockey clubs and leagues indicates that 25-year-old Orca Weisblatt was killed in a crash in British Columbia early Sunday morning. Weisblatt lived in Kelowna and played his minor hockey here until moving with his family to Calgary when he was 13 in 2013. He went on to play multiple seasons with the AJHL's Brooks Bandits and WHL's Calgary Hitmen. He had just signed a deal to play in the ECHL this upcoming season. Weisblatt's older brother Ocean also played competitive hockey, but his two younger brothers, Ozzy and Oasis, are likely better known. Ozzy, a first-round pick of the San Jose Sharks in 2020 after winning a WHL title with Prince Albert the year before. Oasis just finished his lengthy and very impressive WHL career with over 300 points. He captained the Medicine Hat Tigers to that WHL title and Memorial Cup appearance just last spring. The Weisblatt family was thrust into the national spotlight after being featured in an episode of Rogers' Hometown Hockey in 2019 that you may remember, where Canadians learned the story of the 5 siblings single mother Kim. She was born deaf, and she sacrificed a whole lot to ensure her 4 boys had the opportunity to live out their hockey dreams after her split from their father. You can watch the Sportsnet produced feature in full. It is a very good watch. It's well worth it. You can find that embedded into the story on the KelownaNow.com website. You can see right there on the screen. All right, a quick look at the forecast to finish up here. We have hit our high of 26 under sunny skies in Kelowna this afternoon. Clear overnight, down to 10 degrees, then more sunshine and a high of 28 on Tuesday. That is it for me today, but you can read up on all these stories and plenty more over at KelownaNow.com. Also check out, as always, the Now Media YouTube, TikTok, and X for even more content. Have a great Monday night. I'll see you back here in 24 hours for a peek at more Kelowna Now headlines. We'll see you then.
We don't just report the news. We live here too. We're your neighbors, bringing you stories that matter to all of us. No government funding, no outside influence. Kelowna Now.